So, I did not have this dude's trigger hand on hand. Haha. So I just grabbed another of the GMs I have. Who actually, hang on. I didn't even notice this when I picked him up. But he's got the Bullpup, right? Bullpup machine gun. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take the Bullpup from him and we'll look at it side by side with our other GM friend here. We'll just set you aside, OGM. Sorry, little buddy. Your brother, the other GM, actually brought his trigger finger today. So, as you can see, they are slightly different colors. Roughly the same size. Carrying handle on them both work. Original, not interchangeable magazine. Heavy weapon systems version, interchangeable. This one is a little bit, they look a little bit, the heavy weapon systems one is a little smaller, but here, we'll, the original also has a, oh, hang on, has the, that little ring around the, pistol grip, so they can, the suits can grip them a little easier, but I think the reason heavy weapon systems doesn't include that is because they want it to be as easy to put on any suit you have as possible. Not every hand has the finger thing. Most of them are just a grip. But you can stick whatever you need, do like a beam saber in their hand instead of this, which you can only put a gun in. So I think they make most of their stuff without that because they want to be really modular. Which is great because the trigger finger holds this even better than the normal, but the normal could hold it just fine. So that's good. That's a good thing. We'll set this aside. All right. So reason I got this guy's trigger finger out is because in our next batch of heavy weapon systems gear, there is the actual, real, legit beam spray gun. Woo! Everyone loves a beam spray gun, right, guys? Only the worst beam weapon to ever exist. No, I like it, but I know most folks don't, especially some of y'all probably played GBO2, and it's not great in that either. But, it is a beam weapon. And you look at the lore, it's kind of like the Halo plasma pistol situation, where it'll instantly destroy a human being in a single shot, and then in what they show you, it doesn't do much. But yeah, here is here's the GM's classic blaster. The Blammer. The Zapper. The Beam of Death. For all you Zakus out there, he's coming. He's strapped. And it fits in his hand just as well as the original one. And of course, heavy weapon systems, wanting things to be super modular, doesn't have that ring that requires you to have a trigger finger. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this in his other hand, which just so happens to be the fist and not that open hand the last gem I grabbed had. And we'll see if it fits. Ooh. Oh, goodness. These old GM hands. Really old. All right, yeah. It does. It does fit. He's got it. Oh, hang on. I have his arm at a weird angle. Here you go. I'll extend his arm and everything. Yeah, so he's got it. He's got it in his hand. Oop. Oh, crap. I shook him too hard. But yeah, it doesn't fit as well as it does in the trigger finger. Yeah, you know, most kits do have a trigger finger, but I get what Heavy Weapon's doing. Because if it was some hands besides these old ones, that GM spray gun would probably work real great. Regardless, now we've got another put them together thingamajig here, right? One of the modular heavy weapon systems, the signature to heavy weapon systems. These guys would be like Harrison Armory or GMS if you've played or enjoyed Lancer at all. That's kind of the vibe you get from these fellas. And there are a lot of options for these bigger, chunkier, rifle-esque bases here. Real wide variety. So I'm gonna throw a few together. Oh, that's your beam saber. Put that away, man. You don't want to burn away my table, do you? All right. We're gonna put together something or other with these nifty things. For starters, why not I just make something huge? Why not I just make the biggest, fattest weapon I possibly can, right? Why not? I'm not exactly sure what that's for. So we'll just swap it out for something else. But, ooh, hang on. Yep, found it. All right, that's what it's for. Oh, man, it's crazy how big you can make this. All right. Heavy weapon systems. You cook too hard. Your gun too big. They'll kill you, heavy weapon systems. Oh, my goodness. Gracious me. Okay, this is just ridiculous. But I'm doing it. All right, look how fat this ginormous monstrosity I just threw together is. Now, obviously, this isn't the intended... I would assume it is not the intended size for this thing, but golly, I sure do like it, though. Holy heck. All right, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to give this to this Jim. I'm going to see if he can hold this monolith of a weapon. All right, let's see. We're going to move the grips a little further away from each other by just mixing a couple parts around here. And then we'll give it the other barrel. Just because I feel like switching barrels for no reason. Like a crazy person. And then this crazy long magazine is great. Love that. Which of course, hang on. Can be popped in and out. You can probably shove it in your mobile suit's hand or any other mech's hand. I mean, these work with 30-minute missions too. I just decided to show this off with the Gym because, well, gosh darn it, I love the GM. I love the Gym. And also just kind of like, yeah, it doesn't even have mass production in the name because it is the Gym is mass production. That is just what he is. Oh my, he can't even reach look at that. He can't even reach the foregrip. He doesn't have the, well, actually, hang on, maybe I can pull it back. No, it's just too big. I made this weapon too big for him. All right, but enough of the silly stuff. Let's make an actual thing here. enough goofing around. So you can throw together, like, it's simple. You've got a grip with the, the trigger and everything, a middle part, and then, of course, like the actual barrel. And on that middle part, you can throw a foregrip or a different kind of magazine. The thing I threw together there had 2 magazines and a foregrip, which was obviously not intended. But, like, as you can see, there are quite a few combinations you could make with this particular kind of thing. Like, let's do the bigger, heftier thing here. And give it a foregrip and the magazine, and then, like, try to give him that foregrip this time. Yep, Jim, you've got your foregrip. Hang on tight. All right. Jam that in. The GM, I mean, it's like the GMS Everest, right? From Lancer. It's supposed to do just about everything. But, yeah, these are great. These are really modular. And, of course, as per usual, signature of Heavy Weapon Systems. You can put all the other stuff. Oh, wait, maybe you can't. Or maybe I was just not pressing hard enough. You can make this a shotgun. Huge shotgun, but you can make it. Yeah, so you can interchange all of these, which is crazy awesome. Thank you, Heavy Weapon Systems. Why am I thanking you? I have not received a sponsorship. I am silly. In this world of games on that grind set, you can't thank anyone for anything anymore. Nah, I'm just goofing. All right, let's put these to the side for a moment. I am going on a lot of tangents today. I apologize for that. Oh, hang on. Before I move off of this thing. Oh, well, I'll just show it to you. This thing's got a detachable and reattachable scope. You can put it on both the short, grip here, right? And you can also put it on that big grip with the detachable magazine. So that is very, very cool. And, I should expect it at this point from Heavy Weapon Systems. Just doing everything they can to be as modular as possible. But I will say one critique I have for these modular weapons that they don't fit together super tight, which is both a blessing and a curse because it makes them easy to switch out, but it also makes them kind of tricky to keep in place. So odds are you probably want to get a few and then just kind of glue them and just keep them how they are for things. Depending on what you want to do. I mean, you could also make those tighter. There's a lot of ways you could do that, but I mean, they're all pretty time-consuming stuff. We got some Haro stickers in here. I don't know if I've probably shown those already. Set those to the side. And then, okay, right at the bottom, crown jewel here. This is pretty big. So this right here, well, you must be thinking, man, this guy's an idiot. He's got a huge mess on his table right here with all these stickers. How is he going to organize all those weapons? Well, ladies and gentlemen, and all other forms of life, let me tell you exactly how. Because Heavy Weapon Systems makes a big old rack for their heavy weapon systems, right? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick those weapons on this rack. Might not be able to fit every single one because I got so many, but Yeah, so here we go. Now, this is, I'm having to squeeze this together for a minute. This is definitely the kind of thing you would glue and be done with until you get to the weapon rack stuff. This stuff you'd move around. This thing you'd just glue together the one time, but I'm not gluing it right now. And of course, usual heavy weapon systems label, real fancy chrome. They're professionals. They know what they're doing. So let's throw some weapons up here. So we gotta stick in and so we got, hook, basic hook, You put two of them on the same level of all these slots here. That one was a little tighter than the rest. That, resin doesn't always print perfect, but it got in fine, nothing broke. So I'm going to grab one of these big old rifles, stick that on there. I'm putting weapons on a rack. You can shake it a little bit, it doesn't fall off, nothing. Alright, and I can just do that with, comes with a few. I think it comes enough to hold 3 large weapons, or like a couple small weapons. I'll put the hooks in kind of like various spots here, just to show you how many places you can put things. But, if I put a few of the biggest things on here, look at that. Look at that. Isn't that great? Look at that, Jim. Take a moment and just admire the craftsmanship of my work here. I have built you a weapon rack. You and your here. You come look at this too. Check this out, y'all. Look at that. I made a rack for all these weapons I got, y'all. You're gonna have to share with the Zakus. But look at that. Isn't that great? Isn't that awesome? Let's swap some things around. Put one of these little bitty weapons on here. Right? There you go. Yeah. So, and that's all I have from Heavy Weapon Systems right now. I'll probably get more from them. They're pretty great. Very quick shipping, usually flat rate. These guys are on Etsy. I'll leave a link to their store. You can find all of these items on their store. Usually things are in stock. Not sponsored. Again, I just genuinely approve of this product. Yeah, it's probably just run by some guy with a printer. I mean, I don't know him personally. But yeah, I mean, these are pretty great. And I'll put these on some Zakus eventually. Maybe give a Zaku 1 a shoulder shield, or make a double shield shoulder Zaku. But yeah, I'm gonna go glue this weapon rack, and probably use something besides GMs in my next vid, because, well, since I'm reviewing all these add-ons and things, gyms are, I mean, these are kind of old. Maybe I'll get one of the newer gyms and use them for that. But I mentioned a few times I had some gripes about these guys' hands. They're a little dated. But yeah, this is some quality craftsmanship right here. This, you can give a Jim an axe and he will carry it into battle.